watching for the first time, please do subscribe, like, share, ili uweze kupata mambo kama hizi, and don't forget to put on the notification bell so that every time we upload something, you will be the first person to get it. Now, with me today is my very good friend, former MCA aspirant Mugumoini Ward. I'll give him time to introduce himself. Karibu, bro.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matthew.
Yes.
Yes, this is Philip Obilo. Actually, Mugumoini 001, if you like. Yes, so I'm happy to be in this studio, maybe to share with you a little bit of our political situation as it is today.
Things started from reject the finance bill. There are so many things that have been happening for the past 1 month, from reject the finance bill, the cabinet secretaries, inspector general of police. You've seen the president dissolve the cabinet, inspector general of police went home. Now it's evolved from all reject the finance bill to Ruto must go.
Yes.
Okay? Now Ruto must go. Go where? And if Ruto must go, what next? Okay?
Yes.
So what next?
Yes.
Do you believe Ruto must go, and go where? And if Ruto has to go, then what next?
Yeah, maybe if I frame it from my understanding,
Yes,
is that Ruto must go narrative is something that we should look at a very different angle. For my case, I may not say that Ruto must go as we speak now. Ruto must go. I can put it into my own perspective that even if it is not now, he must eventually go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Through the democratic processes.
Democratic or non-democratic?
Okay. To me, I think the only way Ruto have to go, because as a country we've made so many steps democratically. If you look at where we are as a country compared even to other East African nations, we can see that we are much better than other countries.
Yeah.
So when we say Ruto must go, let him go democratically.
Yes.
Because maybe if Ruto has to go, the next person in line will be the deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua. I've seen many people saying Ruto has to go. You as a leader, do you think Rigathi Gachagua is now better than William Ruto?
Okay. My understanding between the two would be like this.
Yes.
Ruto is so much accused of not listening to any kind of advice, or even to the cry of the people of Kenya. Regarding Gachagua, I believe that there is some of the things that he's learning from his president, which is not good for the people. And not once, not twice, Rigathi Gachagua has been pointing out elements that are not good with his president. So if Ruto can go, Rigathi to come in, Rigathi can learn from the mistakes, from the mistake that he saw.
But do you think it's the same Rigathi Gachagua who says that this is a power sharing? And if you didn't contribute, the shares of the government cake should be depend on how much you contributed to the formation of that government. So everybody is the government. Who opposing means that there will be nothing for them because you did support me, so there is nothing for you. How do you want to say politically?
You see, the political landscape of our country has this element of changing goalposts every now and then.
Yeah.
You cannot maintain to the same status quo time to time.
Yes.
You cannot stick to a certain stand for a long period of time, and that is the nature of politics, especially in Kenya. What you do, you will look at the winds. How are these winds blowing? And the way winds are blowing will dictate the stand that you take. Yes. So if Rigathi Gachagua says today that the government is maybe an entity that you will only survive if you have a share, and you will not take part of it or take part in it if you are not maybe liable of taking any kind of share. Now, that will not be the case in some months to come, or even that narrative can change even in a week's time. So it's not always a permanent. They can shift goalposts.
Okay, personally, I don't buy into this idea of Ruto must go clean.
Yeah.
Because Kenya is a country governed by the rule of law.
Very true.
If we believe that President William Ruto is somehow not capable to fulfill his campaign promises, then we can just put the government into check, ask for accountability from the president, but wait until 2027, whereby we will go back to the polls and vote in that person that we believe in, and we vote him out. Because someone will just cook this the Ruto must go narrative to achieve some personal or ill will goal for himself. Because, for example, if today Ruto has to go and we want to clean up the mess, then every one of them has to have to go. If government, the entire government has to go so that we clean the mess. To me, there is no any difference between President William Ruto and his deputy president Rigathi Gachagua. They are birds of the same feathers, and if at all they have to go, let all of them go. Hakuna mwingine aende ndio mwingine apate soft landing.
Yeah.
No, we cannot create a soft landing for the deputy president.
Yes.
With the Ruto must go slogan. If you are going, all of you are going. And do it in a democratic manner whereby we don't burn down the country.
Yeah, you might be making sense, but I will refer you to something very interesting. In one time of your life, you might have played a football match.
Yeah.
Or you might have gotten a friend who plays football.
Yes.
Or in the same case, you might be a football fan who likes only to watch.
Yeah.
For my example, maybe let me put it like this. When I was playing football at some points back,
But I didn't play football.
Yes, I do play now, but maybe to look for maybe appetite and maybe some sleeping element. Yes, because for you to sleep, you must be somehow tired. So this is my point. When I was at the bench, I was looking at the person who is playing my position on the pitch, and when the coach is throwing a bottle here and there because of the disappointment of the person who is playing my part, I was happy because the next minute when the substitution bar will be raised,
You'll come in.
I'll be coming in, and I will not repeat the mistakes that the person who's playing my position was doing. So I'm still remaining with the fact that Rigathi might not be as the same as Ruto. You will know that for me to survive, I will listen to people.
But let me just
for me to go ahead and lead these people for maybe the next term, I'll need to listen to people. So Rigathi, being the closest person to the president, he knows all the weaknesses.
But now let me ask you something, Philo.
Yes.
Remember, before William Ruto became president, he was the deputy president.
Sure.
And in one of his campaign rallies, somewhere in Mount Kenya, he did say that by that time, President Uhuru Kenyatta was trying to increase taxes, including the VAT from 8% to 16%. Then the deputy president says in his own words that these people does not understand the pain of increasing taxes. And people were,
Yeah.
he came in as the president, he intended to increase taxes, like he introduced the finance bill 2023, which nobody is talking about.
Yeah.
People were tired. He tried to introduce another tax that if not for these demos, we could be having new taxes today. So how then do you want to say that these people learn from the mistake of their bosses? Because if that would be the case, he could have learned from what President Uhuru did that was not right. Maybe atungejipata place tuko sahi.
Yeah, you're making sense. And allow me to say this. When Ruto was campaigning in Mount Kenya Yard to the 2022 presidential polls, so many things came about. What Ruto was doing actually was to try to portray a picture that he will not do the bad things that his president was doing at the time.
Yes.
And that would not amount to his performance of maybe how people would like his performance. That was a narrative that I was telling you that might change with the time. Are you together? Some of the things that politicians are saying on the podium are just the things that maybe they want a congregation to hear or to cheer. Because you will attest to me that when Ruto said those things, people celebrated. And in that case, or in that scenario, Ruto won what he wanted to win at that time.
But he's not doing what he was saying.
Of course.
So whatever he's saying and whatever he's doing are two different things.
Two different things.
Now let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You're a leader. Mugumuini 001.
Yes.
No. Person from Mugumuini listening or watching this clip.
Yes.
Are you also going to tell them that whatever I'll be telling you and what I'll be doing will be different?
Okay.
Or you already, whatever you say and whatever you do are the same.
And this is what I want to tell the voters of Kenya. Those people who vote. It is high time that they change their perception towards leaders or politicians.
Okay.
We're together. So if I say that today I'll wake up and go to Southland, maybe to renovate some of the houses that maybe go to banks, as we speak now, it should be like that. I should be given that chance. I go there, do my things that I promised peacefully, and then I go back to my office. But our political landscape and how people view us as leaders is that we are always rich. So if I go there, there is no perception that is, once you are elected, once your name has an honorable attached to it, there must be money. You are rich. If I go there, I must as well portray a picture of a rich person. I must maybe hire a vehicle and go there. Because if I portray some kind of poverty, nobody will reach me in. They want somebody who will go there and do money like this to them. Money like this to them.
So for us to go away with, we should change our perception about politics.
More so the voters. See your leader as a person who you are electing to deliver, but not to cash. Yes, because I will go. If you want cash, I'll go and borrow loan and do my campaigns. Are we together? And I give you that money. And if I get that seat, you know what I'll do? I'll start paying loan with the money that I would have maybe do some 2 to 3 things to benefit my voters. So voters themselves, they put us between a hard rock, and maybe that's the reason as to why they are forcing us to lie. But I'm happy about the Gen Z. They are the totally new narrative. They want people who can deliver, and they are putting every leader into a very heavy accountability.
So what you're trying to say is that going forward,
yes,
we should not look at in a perspective of cash. How you give handout, but on how much you can deliver.
You can deliver. Yes. Let me catch you a bit. That is the reason as to why we are saying that in 2027, so many leaders are going home.
Okay.
Yes, on the basis of one, maybe they do not know what they are doing in the parliament building, which is one of them very fundamental and very obvious is the representation. And if you represent people, you represent them. You do a representation all around. So what they feel is not right, you should not present it as the right thing.
Okay.
Present it as the wrong thing. No. If they say that this thing, please, is not the right thing for us, government says the same thing. It is not right.
But no. Just to cut you short, you say something on parliament.
Yes.
As a leader, do you think, as it is now, our parliament is independent?
No.
Or do you think ile kitu Ruto na Vigari walikuwa anasema about the state capture? Do you think now the state have really captured the parliament?
I'm telling you, Matthew, that there is no independency in the parliament. From the word go, after the election, what Ruto did showed clearly that there is no independency. What did he do? After the elections, he tried to lure Azimio MPs
to his side.
He bought them at a price.
But you should not mistake something.
Yes.
There are always post-election agreement between different political parties. You can be elected as an independent candidate or on a chap party ticket.
Yes.
I win on an ODM ticket. Then I tell you, okay, let's work together.
That is true, but there was a timeline. It was not immediate.
Okay.
Together. If these elections, we had election on August 9th. Are we together?
Yes.
So, with the regulation that were laid down, it should take not less than 6 months for you to defect or to go to wherever outfit you want. But you see, this thing happened that today elections are over. Under 1 week, transaction has begun. You know, they come to you. What is your work? I want this. Yes, tell me, come on my side. Come on my side. We are going to push it the way we want it to be, not how Kenyans want.
Now, let's talk about something. Raila Odinga, the ODM party leader,
yes,
said that let's sit down and talk. Kalonzo Musyoka says we don't want to talk. Ruto and the UDA leaders, I saw the Secretary General of UDA, Bwana Malala, saying, please, Kalonzo, let's sit back and talk. Do this talk are relevant, the dialogue? Is it relevant? Is it even necessary?
I would say like this. Dialogues are very important.
So you support what Raila was saying. Let's sit down.
I support. But this is where I draw the line.
Yes.
If this dialogue is not of a sincerity, if the dialogue is not a genuine dialogue, if it is a dialogue that is it is a dialogue to maybe satisfy the need of a few people, then I will not advise for any kind of dialogue. But the question is, how would we know that these dialogues are genuine? That is my concern. But I support dialogue. It can result to something good for the country, especially now that we have got high political temperature. We have very volatile youths that are coming up.
But what Kenyans are